Hello, it's good to be with you again. While the origin of Veterans Day was not an initiative of the church, it seems appropriate to recognize its significance here. Let's begin by joining together and sing hymn 437, This Is My Song. The music of this stirring hymn is from Jean Sibelius' orchestral piece titled Finlandia, which he wrote as a patriotic offering for his native country of Finland. The opening music of the original work is agitated and tumultuous, symbolizing the struggles of the Finnish people. Out of this opening, the beautiful hymn-like melody we know and love emerges, symbolizing hope and resolution. The first two verses of the hymn text were written by American teacher Lloyd Stone, and Methodist theologian Georgia Harkness wrote the last verse of text, which references the Lord's Prayer and petitions the very author of peace, Jesus Christ. Michael and I will now share Dan Forrest's setting of My Country 'Tis of Thee. This hymn was first sung on July 4th, 1831 at a Sunday school rally. Its text was written by a 23-year-old seminary student, Samuel Francis Smith, who at the time was assisting the hymn publisher Lowell Mason in translating songs from German. Samuel Smith was struck by a patriotic German hymn set to the tune we now know as My Country 'Tis of Thee, and was moved to write a patriotic text of his own to be sung with the tune. In the years that followed, Samuel Smith became a prolific Baptist preacher, pastor, hymn composer, and professor. The following passage from Psalm 33, verse 12, inspires our offering of this piece. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. Let's please close our time singing together hymn 431, Let There Be Peace on Earth. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Let's close with a short message from Pastor Bobby.
Hey everybody, and welcome to our next installment of this week's Digital Chapel. I hope it's been an encouragement to you so far. The music was beautiful. Justine, thank you for that. Today, I want to kind of walk you through a little bit of where I'm at right now in this weekend's message. You know, part of what we want to do at Digital Chapel is we kind of give you a first taste, a first look of where we're going. So this might change between now and Sunday, but this is what I'm working on right now. We're looking at verse 33 and verse 34 of chapter 10 in the story of the Good Samaritan. Let me read it to you now. Verse 33. But a Samaritan, as he traveled, came to where the man was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him. He went to him, bandaged his wounds, poured on oil and wine. He put the man on his donkey, and then he brought him to an inn and took care of him. This weekend, we're going to be talking about what does compassion look like? It's a wonderful, beautiful word, but like, what does it mean really? And when I read this, here's kind of where I'm at right now. And if you have any thoughts, you're welcome to email me back or shoot me a text or a phone call. But here's kind of where I'm at and what I'm looking at. It says, but a Samaritan, as he traveled, came to where he was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him, or he had compassion on him. So it begins with seeing. There's a level of awareness that things start with. So he's traveling and he sees a guy. Now, the priest saw him and the Levite saw him. So seeing is only the first part. You can't help, you can't engage, you can't do anything with something if you haven't at least taken notice. So we got to give the priest and the Levite credit. They at least saw. So the Samaritan sees him, but this is what compassion does. This is what sets compassion apart from sympathy. Compassion caused him to draw near to the man. He went to him, and he doesn't just draw near. It says he bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Think about like triage right here. This is not the kind of care that's going to be long-term. This is the kind of care he needs in the moment. It's not long-term sufficient, but it's exactly what he needs in the moment. So he draws near and then gives the guy what he needs in the moment. And then listen what it says next. It says he put the man on his own donkey. He carries him. There are times in our lives, and there are times in the lives of others when we need to be carried, and we need to be the ones who carry others. Compassion carries, and compassion brings him to an inn where he could take that longer, further care of him. And then the next day, he took out 2 denarii and he gave them to the innkeeper and said, look after him. This is verse 35. And when I return, I will reimburse you for any extra expense you may have. So, compassion draws the man near, draws the Samaritan near. Compassion causes him to bandage him up and provide him that immediate, temporary, kind of triage-like care. And then what happens next? It says he carries him to the place where he can be cared for, which is the inn, where we might think of the church. And there this connection is built. Compassion is a connection maker. Compassion connects the Samaritan to the innkeeper and the innkeeper to the wounded man. Compassion has that connecting ability where it's not just you doing what you can over and over and over again. Part of it is compassion brings others in to the work and the care of others. And so I've just been kind of reading through this and processing this, and I'm not sure where this will head this weekend, but I'd love for you, if you'd be so willing, to kind of take these ideas and wrestle with them, process them, pray through them, study them. What does it mean that compassion draws near? What does it mean that compassion offers that sort of temporary, immediate, that quick, that sort of, you're sort of like a first responder sort of care? What does it mean that compassion carries? And what does it mean that compassion connects? I hope you'll spend some time studying that this week, reading through it, thinking through it, and praying about it. And don't forget, just know that as a church, we are praying for you. We love you. We miss you. I hope this is an encouragement to you. And if you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks so much for joining me. God bless you. We love you. And may this time together help you and encourage you live your life with Jesus to the glory of God and the sake of the world.